Hey kids, what's happening? It's a blustery day. It's like 50 degrees outside though, and the temperature's going up. I think they're saying that it's going to blow in some nasty weather. But with the temperatures being up a little bit, you know, it's comfortable out here in the man cave. So I thought I would just spend a little bit of time putting a little bit of love on the bike and polishing up some of the chrome on it. I like to keep it shiny. A couple products that I use here, the Never Dull. Kind of comes out like a cotton ball, and it has the chrome cleaner in it. That works pretty good. And then I've got this semi-chrome polish, which I use too. I don't know if I could ever get all the scratches out, but you know, it helps. It helps. And welcome to the man cave today, guys. Come on in, make yourself comfortable. Grab some polish and a rag and help me out here, won't you? You know, if you polished everything on this bike, you could definitely spend a whole entire day. Some of the stuff you almost have to, like the saddlebags and stuff, you almost have to take them off of there to get to the chrome that's underneath them. But at any rate, let's chat for a while. I was kind of reminiscing as I was working on the bike here. I was thinking about some of my past experiences with one percenters who seem to have an attitude. I guess run-ins for what you could say. Now, being in the biker culture as long as I've been, you know, since I've been a kid practically, and there's been quite a few experiences that I have had run-ins. Nothing serious, you know. Never got a beat down or anything like that. But there's been some stressful situations, no doubt. But what made me think about it was just recently, I can't remember where it was, and I don't remember what provoked it either, because you know me, I'm a pretty laid-back dude, and I'm not going to provoke anybody. If I approach you and say something, and right away I get the hint that you're not sociable or something, I'm moving on. I'm not going to keep pressing the situation. If you don't seem friendly to me, then fine. I'll move on. I'm not extremely sociable myself. I mean, you know, I'm friendly if you approach me, but I'm not like a social bird that's going to be running out there. Hi, hey, I'm Mark. How are you? No, you're not going to ever see me like that. That's not who I am. But anyway, this guy gave me this business card. And this 1% biker, he just, and I don't even remember what I said to him or what he said to me, but he hands me this business card, and, you know, I'm reading it, and it's like, holy cow. You know, this is pretty rude, and he just kind of nods his head and walks away. So I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't think I was messing with you in the first place. I wasn't pulling your strings. I wasn't aggravating you. I wasn't doing anything. But that's just how touchy some people are. I think one of my first experiences with one percenters goes way back to Sturgis in the 1970s when we walked into the wrong bar, and every single person in the bar was a patched Hell's Angel. You know, not to show intimidation or anything, just walked up to the bar and ordered a drink, and I wasn't drinking alcohol at that time. I just wanted, it was hot, it's like 100 degrees outside, so I just wanted some refreshment. Wanted a bottle of water or something like that. And right away, you know, they started, because there was a large group of them, somebody had to be a smart ass, and you know, I just ended up walking out. I'm not going to confront or provoke. just walked out. V and I were in Sturgis some while back, years back, and I remember one time we were shopping in there are all kinds of shops along Main Street there, and we went into this one shop, and of course t-shirts are a big seller there. There's t-shirts everywhere. T-shirts with all kinds of Sturgis logos on them, or some of them are just crude sayings, that shock value things. But the t-shirts are prevalent everywhere. And you get 3 for $15, 3 for $25, t-shirts everywhere. So we're in there, we're browsing through t-shirts, and there's a great big table of them. Now, that year that we were out there, and I can't remember exactly the year it was, but there was a large presence of Banditos, the outlaw club from Southern California, New Mexico area, the Banditos. And this great, big, burly, ugly, smelly, dirty Bandito was looking through the t-shirts. And, V's over there looking, she's over here just flipping through some shirts, trying to find something of interest, and he just shoves her out of the way and starts looking through shirts. Well, I don't know if you know my wife very well, but she wasn't going to deal with that. She just turned right around and she shoved him right back the other way. And he kind of stood back, and I think he made a crude derogatory statement, but he just turned around and walked away. Again, I'm not going to try to confront the guy. I don't want my teeth knocked out or anything, but how rude, to treat a woman that way. And unprovoked, I mean, okay, you got an attitude. I don't know, maybe a lot of the guys in this club have attitudes, but why do you think you're so angry at the world that anybody that's around you is in your way, and you're going to try to start something with them? I don't understand it. I mean, some people just got that chip on their shoulder that all you got to do is breathe their way, and you can knock it off and start issues. Well, when you're in Sturgis, you can't go to Sturgis without walking Main Street, And so V and I are down there, and we're walking Main Street, and it's busy. I mean, you've probably seen the videos. If you haven't, take a look at them. They're all out there on YouTube of people walking up and down the main street, and they can get crowded. I mean, it's worse than Walmart. Yeah, you're going to be shouldering through people just trying to walk down the sidewalk, and that can get annoying. People dodging, and especially irritates my wife when she has to dodge people, because she knows where she's going. She's walking the line there, and here's somebody coming right at her that does that. I don't know which way to go, and you end up almost chest bumping them. Just go to the left, like traffic. This way stays to the right, this way stays to my left. Like vehicle traffic here in the U.S. It might be different, in other, if you're from another country, but in the U.S., traffic stays to the right, when you're on the road. And I would say foot traffic should follow the same rules. Well, my wife got a little irritated, and she just started plowing through people, and I'm trying to catch up with her, and she is walking fast, and she stops, and I'm coming up to her, approaching her, and I realize she's standing like right in the middle of a group of Hell's Angels who are having a conversation, and she doesn't even realize it, and she's looking at me, and I'm trying to give her some kind of, I didn't want to walk in there, I didn't want to walk right in the middle of their cluster, but she's standing right in the middle of their cluster, totally oblivious that she's in the middle of a group of Hell's Angels. And I'm trying to like, look at the back, look at their back, look at their back. And she's going, what? What? I'm like, come here, please. And finally she's, steps away and comes towards me. And I said, look at their patches. I go, you were right in the middle of a band of Hell's Angels. Not that they're bad people, not that they're going to start up anything, but I just think for me to walk into them and just stand there could probably pose an issue. A lady, not so much. So, the situation was kind of like, nothing really happened. So, yeah, that's good. Not all 1%ers are bad people. Not at all. I had, seen a 1%er coming in the bar one day with his cut on and his full rockers and center patch, sat at the bar and started doing shots of whiskey. He was all by himself, and he got pretty inebriated, and right away he wanted to start picking a fight with some of the locals that were in there, just out of the blue for no reason at all. Again, somebody else with an anger issue, with a chip on their shoulder, and they think because they have the patch on their back that makes them special, makes them like honorable or something, or some way, like, don't mess with me, I'm the biggest, baddest around. And it's like, well, who cares, I mean, really. But they put themselves out there in your face, trying to make that statement, and that's where it becomes an issue. It was many, many years ago when I went down to the Easy Riders Rodeo in Chillicothe, Ohio. Again, down there was a presence of the Outlaw MC, Outlaws Motorcycle Club. And I don't even know how that happened, but they had a special fenced-in compound where they stayed. Their club stayed separate from the rest of the community there at the Chillicothe Easy Riders Rodeo Rally thing. And I was invited to stay in their compound with the Outlaws, which turned out to be very nice because, we had special privileges, and it was a very nice camp. It was high and dry, and even in inclement weather, it was a good place to be camped. And they actually shared food with us, among other things. So there was no confrontations there. Really a bunch of nice guys in that particular situation. Now, I've been asked numerous times, Itchy, were you ever in a 1% club? Were you ever a member of a 1% motorcycle club? I mean, you guys have seen my Hell's Angels flyers up on the wall. But to answer that question, no. As I said, I've had a lot of experience with 1% clubs, but never joined as a member. Plenty of other encounters too, made some friends, some good people, and not, like I say, not all of them were bad. Just like anything. It's like I said before, even if you go to church, there's going to be a few bad apples in church. Well, the same with a club, There's going to be a few bad apples. It doesn't mean you're going to run into them every time you see a 1% club on the road. I guess one of the biggest encounters I ever had was in Sturgis, where I met a Hell's Angel, and he and I guess became friends in more of a long-term friendship. We swapped phone numbers. He's an over-the-road trucker, and his situation was, he said, well, I actually come right through your area sometimes when I'm running, over the road. And he said, I'll give you a call sometime and we can go to the biker bar together. I said, well, that'd be cool. And so that's what happened. And, I started hanging out with the guy would call me and say, hey, I'm down at the truck stop. Can you come down there and pick me up? My truck's over in the lot. I'm in the big blue Kenworth. on the third row, about halfway down. All right, so I'd run down to the truck stop. I'd find his rig and pick him up, and we'd go to the biker bar and have some beers, spend the evening there, have a good time, and then I'd take him back. And sometimes I'd bring him over here, and we'd have some dinner or something, and I think he maybe even once or twice he spent the night here, and then I took him back. Better than sleeping in the cab of a truck, I mean, we've got extra bedrooms here, so it wasn't a big deal. But even that, the story goes, it gets pretty intense, because over time I was really taken advantage of in a very serious way that I didn't want to be in the middle of. I was put, because I had made a friendship with this guy. He began to believe that he could entrust me with things that were above my scale of what I wanted to get involved in, if you know what I mean. And so that had to cut the relationship off right there. It was a tough situation, very tough situation. But anyway, some of the things I had been thinking about today while I'm polishing up the bike. We got a doctor's appointment coming up this afternoon, so I got to kind of wrap things up and put stuff away. But I appreciate you joining me today. If you haven't yet, subscribe to my videos. I'd like to continue to share my stories with you. I've got a lot of good stories, if I can continue to remember. Thanks for watching, cats. Until next time, ride hard and die free.